morning, everyone. This is Richard Thompson with your daily Syrian news. A former U.S. soldier has taken arms with the most notorious Syrian rebel gang, the Jabhat al-Nusra, said to be an offshoot of the al-Qaeda gang in Iraq. Another update for Syrian news is this whole generation of Syrian children risks being lost due to the spiral conflict of civil war in the country. The union's child agency cautioned this Tuesday, saying anyone needs to report this as soon as possible. On Friday, March 15, 2013, Syria has reached its second year in crisis due to the ongoing cluster battles between government troops and armed rebels in the capital of Damascus. While we are on the topic of crisis, Syria's Air Force has launched war airplanes into the rebel bases in Damascus. Now to John with the weather.
I'm John Berkeley with your weather. Now, as you can see, Sunday is going to be partly cloudy with a high of 80 and a low of 55 and no rain. Monday it's going to be sunny with a high of 78 degrees and a low of 52 degrees, also not going to rain. Tuesday it's going to be mostly cloudy with a high of 79 and a low of 52, and it's also still not going to rain. And Wednesday we have a high of 84, a low of 56, still no rain. But once again though, it will be mostly cloudy. Thursday it's going to be raining with a high of 71 and a low of 44. And Friday it's going to be partly cloudy, the high of 60, a low of 43, and 20% chance for rain. And Saturday we have a high of 61, a low of 43, with a 30% chance for rain. Thanks for listening. Once again, this is John Berkeley. Now on to Alex Wilkerson.
Thanks, John. I'm in Hawaii where research is being conducted for trips to space. A team of scientists are trying to come up with a way to take a trip to Mars. However, the trip will take 2 to 3 years there and back. Therefore, enough food and water must be brought, and this poses a problem. The scientists are trying to develop a way to lighten the weight of the food and water, while still being able to have enough for the astronauts to survive the trip. This study will take place on a lava field on the Big Island, where the conditions are similar to that of Mars. Aside from the space research, 32 fugitives were arrested by the U.S. Marshals Hawaii Fugitive Task Force. The task force cleared 45 warrants in a 4-day operation. The officers targeted fugitives with extensive criminal histories, which included kidnapping, robbery, possession of narcotics, and firearms. The officers started the operation by arresting Sean Carroll. Carroll had a warrant for his arrest issued on February 13th for 3 counts of sexual assault. He is currently being held at Hawaii Community Correctional Center on a $100,000 bond. On Tuesday, officials arrested Shawnee Pryor for violation of parole. Pryor was on parole for sale of opiates and possession of depressants, stimulants, and hallucinogenics. He awaits an extradition hearing back to Kansas at the Hawaii County Correction Center. 30 other criminals were arrested for various charges. This just in, a woman in Mali was shot in the back of her head after getting off the bus. On Thursday at 11:30 in the morning, Michelle Chung caught the bus to go to a meeting. She got off a bus stop on the side of the highway. She walked about 300 yards and realized that something was wrong. Chung thought a rock had hit her and was not aware that she had been shot until doctors took x-rays and removed a bullet lodged in her skin. Sources say the bullet may have been shot by a .22 caliber gun. So far, the police have no suspects.
Gosh, I hate cable. Cable's worse than...
No, it's more annoying than...
Man, DirecTV is better than... Ooh, a penny. Yeah. Ooh, another penny. Yay!
So that's why you should upgrade to the new DirecTV Genie. You can record 5 shows at once at any room in the house.
And now with your sports. Recently, 2 mortars exploded next to a soccer stadium in central Damascus Wednesday, killing 1 player and injuring several others. The player killed was 19-year-old Yusuf Solomon, the team striker. He was the father of a 6-month-old baby. After the young man's tragic death, President Joseph S. Blatter has written to the Syrian Football Association president, relaying a shock and heartfelt condolences to the players' loved ones. The top story, Syria won the first ever West Asian Football Federation championship, and this week they began their qualifying campaign for the AFC Asian Cup in Australia 2015, taking on Group A rivals Oman. The former Syrian international star said, "Football always gives happiness and joy, and it has a positive effect on people. It puts a smile on the fans' faces. Winning the West Asian Trophy had a really positive impact and one we felt ourselves. And I hope we can contribute to receiving the Syrian people's spirits by our performance in the Asian Cup qualifiers. Because of their conditions at home, they have little time to prepare, but team's captain Al said his team is strong and he is sure they can overcome it. Syria is currently ranked 134th in world rankings." The Syrian League, which has been suspended for a very considerable period and had the start of its new season repeatedly delayed, finally got underway again this Tuesday, with a number of games being staged in the capital in Damascus. Because of the deadly conditions in Syria, they will play their games in front of empty stands. The top team in Syrian League is Al-Jesh, with 5 wins, 1 draw, and 0 losses. Top scorer is Yunus Suleiman with 5 goals. Top games today, Al-Ittihad wins 2-0 versus Al-Tiliyah. Chechen wins 3-1 versus Umayyah. Al-Misfit wins a close one 1-0 versus Al-Karma. And Al-Josh stays undefeated, winning 3-0 versus Al-Maj. That's all for your sports.
Dang.
Do you struggle with your hops? Do you wish you could jump higher? If you answered yes to any of these questions, get the new Air Maxes today. We guarantee you'll be able to jump a mile high. So call now.
For the past 6 months, European governments have debated sending weapons into Syria, but due to the past 2 years of violence, European government thinks it would be much better and safer not to send weapons, for they are afraid it will prolong the war and crisis. Syria has accused Israel of placing spy devices in their coastal region looking like rocks to photograph and register and transfer data. Syria isn't alone though. Lebanon also found these devices hidden in their coastal region, but it is not uncommon for Syria and Israel to have such conflict, for they have been at war since 1948. According to the previous Sunday news, there is over 1 million refugees in Syria and could triple by the end of 2013. Over half the refugees are children. With all the conflict in Syria, all these poor children are seeing stuff no child should ever have to see. Children have reported seeing sniper fire in the streets, bombing in their homes, losing their loved ones. So many families have lost everything, and it will take years to rebuild. This is Richard Thompson.
Nerd! Nerd!
Leave me alone.
Nerd!
That's enough.
You have bully problems? Hire him.
Good morning, everyone. This is Richard Thompson with all your update for Syrian news.
Bird you cannot change.
Give me back the flag! It goes good.
I'm pretty sure that's bad taste.
I will hit you. I'm gonna hit you.
I'm gonna
Give me back the flag. Syria! Give me back the flag! Start it. The young man's tragic death, President Joseph Biden has written to the...
What are you laughing about?
Okay, I'm done.
I'm Brandon.
And now with your sports. Recently, 2 mortars exploded next to a soccer stadium, and why the heck is he back here? Get out! You mess up every freaking thing! We can't even do a video!